Hey guys, so today we are doing a Q&A with the official winner of Locked In, KCJ, who also happens to be our daughter. So yeah, exclusive interview. It is a mukbang, but we've ordered the food and it hasn't come yet, so we're kind of just waiting.
I'm so hungry.
And tired.
Yeah, do you know why? Because I woke up, I kept waking up. You know, you like wake up and then go back to sleep, wake up, go back to sleep, wake up, go back to sleep, yeah. And then I nearly thought I didn't have to go into work, yeah, because I had a dream that I'd woken up from an allergic reaction and I thought it was real. So I was about to go back to sleep and turn my alarm off because I'd come in and told you guys and then you said I had to go to work.
I don't even know how to even unpack that. What?
No.
Allergic? You're not even allergic to anything. That is so random.
Anyways, and then I realised that wasn't true. And then I was like, oh. And then I got up, got ready, and then you said that we were filming. So then I just laid in bed on TikTok, and then I think that's what's me before we died.
Because today we all have work. Like after we finish filming this, we're going to the David offices. Like this isn't what we're calling work. So I put on my Instagram if you guys want to ask Casey any questions about the Locked In series. So I've got a load of questions here. This question is, why was everyone drinking Air Up in Locked In?
Because it's sponsored.
I think some people were confused. So if you'd seen like the whole series was sponsored by Air Up.
Today's video is also sponsored by Air Up because I loved it so much that I've taken it from Locked In and it's now on the channel. You've seen me speak about it before and we all speak about it. But as someone who doesn't really like drinking water that much, a bit boring, you can add like these like flavour pods and it's all through smell. Which I don't know a lot about science, as you know from watching Locked In, but it works. Or
geography.
So, I don't know much about geography, but it works.
Yeah, so also I'm actually on a diet at the moment and I found that drinking a lot of water really helps with like curbing hunger and craving. So I've literally got my Air Up bottle next to me all the time when I'm working, at the desk, etc. So Air Up is actually having a Black Friday sale at the moment. It is up to 40% off products. And they have a new flavour, chocolate orange.
It's a great for a Christmas present. Just saying.
Yeah, well done. I don't need one for Christmas. I got one, thanks.
Alright.
What was your lowest moment in the house?
Starting off deep.
I know.
Ooh, going in.
Getting straight in there.
Day 12, I think it was. Which was, you saw a bit of it in the episode when I was upset and I was talking upstairs with Ash. And that's because it was like Tennessee had left and so then already I felt alone. And then it was the day where it was very much like, oh, it's boys versus girls and all this, and it was all like the immunity thing and the challenges for immunity. But where people kept telling me like, oh, well, you're fine if it's down to public vote because you've got the immunity, like you're calm and all this, I started thinking like, well, now I can't win in the challenges because I just look like an idiot, like as in because like I'm taking it away from someone who might need it more than me. So then it's like, but then the challenge is the only part you enjoy of that day. So then I'm not trying in the challenges, so then I'm not having fun because I'm consciously thinking like, oh, don't win. And then it just all got to me a bit, and then I had a little breakdown, and then I asked to speak to one of like the producers who like we already knew from the start of the experiences and being asked to go on and that, we'd already spoken to him before. Yeah, and then that's fine.
Yeah, so that producer was like our contact at Foot Asylum for when she was in there, in case there was anything that we need to speak to him about. And he did say to us, oh, like Casey's having a bit of a wobble and that he's going to go and speak to her, and then he did come back and say about that.
And he came over and he was like, when I told your parents, they both said the exact same thing, which is what you say to Sophie.
Yeah.
It was so weird because we were WhatsApping in a group and at the exact same time, we weren't together. I messaged in the group saying, tell her, remember what we tell Sophie, which is breathe in, breathe out and say, I can do this. And that's how Sophie pushes
and
through
I was
things.
like, and I literally was
and you
like,
said the same thing.
I was like, tell her in the words of Sophie, breathe in, breathe out, you've got this.
Which is so because you've never said that to anyone else.
Did you sit there thinking,
normal advice
great advice, thanks. It's
Yeah,
really
well,
helpful.
No, because what we felt, what I felt was, I was like, because obviously we didn't know a lot. He'd only let us know he was having a bad day, and we don't know what that bad day is. We don't know if that means you're wanting to give it up or like. So we just thought if it comes from, I thought if it comes from Sophie of like, breathe in, breathe out, you've got this. You'd find that inner strength to be like, I can continue, I can do it, because Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and that's what I thought as well.
Oh, wow, that helps with my immunity in the challenges. God.
But also, can we just say that you threw the game of the musical chairs?
Yeah, I did.
When you were playing against, do you enjoy? So the last
You could
people,
have sat down.
Well,
you
they
literally
ca- 'cause
looked
it
at the
was
chair,
cut out.
No, if you-
hesitated, pretended to be playing with your hair or something, and went, "Oh, lost." You literally had that in the bag.
I know, I'm sick of musical chairs. Obviously, I would have won that. No, but I said before the challenge, I was like, "What are we winning?" And then it was like, Joyce was like, "Well, probably immunity," and I was like, "For God's sakes, like." And then
So that's what you
obviously-
mean about you then weren't really giving it your all in the challenge.
Yeah, and then you're not enjoying it because it's like you're not trying. And then the next day, and then when we get to it, and they're like, "Oh, okay, so it'll be tomorrow." I think, "Oh my God, I've just thrown it all away." Like, because I was like, "Why did I do that?" Like, I thought it was like going to be public vote, but I was like also thinking, why would I just automatically assume it would be?
Yeah.
It
So
was
you actually
risky.
nearly ended up going home because of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If food
And
didn't
I was
fall
actually
forward.
sitting like, "Oh my God, I need to set myself home over musical chairs."
Mine and Casey's food has turned up. Sarah didn't want any food. I don't know why.
I just didn't fancy it from there. If they had the Nutella on the toast, I would have got it, but they didn't.
Why did they not have Nutella on the toast?
They don't have like the full menu when you order off delivery.
Oh, that is stinking.
What? Literally, what would stink about
The
it?
egg.
What?
Listen, just because you didn't get any food, don't start cussing out our food. I'm actually on a new
It
diet
is-
where I only really eat like meat and animal products, and I've actually lost so much weight. So I'm gonna get rid of that bread. And well, I know avocado isn't actually animal products, but I'm gonna eat it anyway.
And I'm not on any sort of diet, so I'm just gonna eat
And
my
ketchup
food.
also isn't animal products, but I also do eat a little bit of that. So I'm not like super strict on it, but it is kind of working for me.
Seriously.
What? Well, yeah, it's gonna be awkward for you because you just sat there not eating.
I'm not
while we're
feeling
eating.
awkward about that.
What?
Because you like,
A little bit of salt. Right. The security guard thing with Danny, was it staged or was it real?
Oh no, that was actually real. Because there was times as well, I think it was the night before, we kept getting out of jail and then they had to keep getting in security to tell him to come and get back in. So then the next day, it wasn't that unexpected that security came in. But they were like genuinely security guards, as in like, they were paid to just be there all the time.
Did you feel bad for the security guard?
Yeah.
He looked like he really did
He
not
looked
want to be
so
on camera. He also looked like he didn't really feel like.
But you know how it's like, it's awkward in it. Like, if someone's like tormenting you, like it is an awkward thing. And like Danny just does not care, so he was just like going at him like just like making little digs, but like in a jokey way, and then like just like making his life a living hell.
Oh gosh.
But the security guard wasn't like there
Funny
for
for
that
you
long
lot to watch.
Have you learned anything about yourself that you didn't know since going and locked in?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. Well done.
That I'm a
Ali.
natural star on TV. Jokes.
And that you're just super humble and like modest.
Thing is, I always say, I did keep saying that it makes me more of a confident person, but also when you're in there, because your emotions are like intensified by 100, it's like, would it actually be that like that on the outside? Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, I literally don't know.
Yeah, I think.
but like, yeah, I
As in
was
she was
confident
over
in there, but
Yeah.
but that's also because you get to know these people really quickly. And
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
comfortable really quickly because of the situation. But if it's in a real life and I'm meeting people first time, I'm probably not going to be the. Do you know what I mean? It's
I
not,
know what you
Do
mean.
you know what I learned I saw that you've learned?
What?
That your heart is not as cold as we thought. You do cry.
You have emotions like you're not a sociopath.
No joke. Before we went, like Kate, before we went, I didn't go. Before you went, not that long before, you was like, I can't cry. We watched a really sad movie. Do you remember? And you was like, I even pictured
Yeah.
it being me and Ava, and I still couldn't cry. Whereas like,
Yeah, but that's just because like crying isn't my first reaction. If I'm upset about something, I'll just go sleep. like
That's such a weird reaction to something sad. Even though it was like hard watching you cry, it was kind of nice knowing that you actually missed us. I know that sounds weird, but it was like.
when did I ever say I missed you?
you did. You said you missed your
Man,
family.
you just took
I
that
don't
away
think
from
I
me.
did.
You could have just let me
Oh,
have
no,
that.
You did.
I really don't think I did.
You cried when you saw us on FaceTime when Angry Jin showed you the phone. You
Okay.
cried.
Yeah, I did.
And you did. You was in. I'm pretty sure you did about missing.
Even if you didn't, you could just be pretending, like, because then you wouldn't hurt my feelings. Yeah. I think you've addressed this. I think it's been addressed, but we'll just quickly address it because it was one of the biggest questions on there. Was it awkward between you and George? And did George offend you when he told you to shut up? Just address it quickly.
No, it wasn't awkward. We just subconsciously both basically didn't want there to be edits because he has a girlfriend. It's not nice for her to see. It's not like we intentionally tried to make it awkward. It's not like we actually tried to avoid each other. I think we just tried to prevent the edits, but it came across like that. But it wasn't like that, and it didn't feel like that. And he was just joking when he said shut up. It didn't mean anything. Like, he didn't mean it in like a malicious way.
You got quite a thick skin anyway, so even if it wasn't like.
I think some of your fans like really took offence to that and gave.
I know, but I knew he was AKA Ginge. No, but I knew he was joking.
Ginger's reaction to that was actually
I was actually crying.
Are you actually going to get married next week?
Ever? Yeah, did you not get the invite?
No.
One of the biggest questions that we had was literally about Angry Ginge.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention it in my YouTube video.
I can't believe you didn't mention him in the YouTube video.
Well, I didn't think, because when the comments got put up on my Instagram, it wasn't as big of a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, people weren't talking about it as much.
I think your dad likes Angry Ginge.
He deserves better.
I think your dad likes Angry Ginge.
He deserves better than to you do a whole video and not mention him.
Your dad is literally like replying on his TikToks for Angry Ginge, like. And he made me watch it yesterday just because he says the dad Joel will be his stepdad. What? Which isn't true. He wouldn't be your stepdad anyway.
First of all,
father-in-law.
First of all, no, I did not save it, but I'll probably be able to find it very quickly.
He saved it. Look, he saved it.
It is saved.
I've just gone live.
So Casey replied to a comment saying that her and Angry Ginge are going to get married, and Angry Ginge reacted to it.
Joel's gonna be my stepdad.
But it wouldn't be your stepdad. That means you're then brother and sister.
I wouldn't be his stepdad. I'd be his father-in-law, but. You know, I could be the dad he's never had. He could be the son I've never had. Whether Casey's involved in that or not.
You might have a really wonderful dad.
I'm pretty sure that I saw... Oh, I could have had that well wrong. I thought I saw videos of him making jokes about that he doesn't have a dad.
I don't know.
Oh, I might have that wrong. I'm sorry if I did. I thought he makes jokes about it that he doesn't have a...
Doesn't everyone make them jokes? No, as in
I don't know.
Are you sure it wasn't? I don't know.
Okay, well, anyway, you can't comment on that because you don't know that, but either way, you wouldn't be his stepdad, you'd be his father-in-law.
Yeah, that ain't the one that made the comment.
No, but he even was...
You wouldn't be his stepdad.
No, because even when he was happy to show me, I said, baby, you wouldn't be his stepdad.
We could go football games together and stuff.
You don't like football?
Because I don't have a son.
No.
United. Why did that sound Scottish?
It did, didn't it?
United.
I tried to do a Manchester accent. I can work on the accent.
I actually think Dad and Ginger are more in love.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I feel like these TikTok edits are missing out on their relationship here.
The bromance.
Why do you keep piping up? Why are you getting involved for? You're jealous.
Why is she cutting her knife? Like, you've got the knife and fork in the wrong hands.
Right. I've cut like this my whole life.
Yeah, but you're a big girl now. You're 18 now. It's time to cut properly.
Just because you haven't got food, stop staring at mine.
It's like the fork is like... Look at it. Look how you hold a fork. Look how you hold a fork.
What is wrong with that?
That's not how you hold a fork.
Oh my god, I thought what are you going on about and I've just seen
That's not how you hold a fork.
What, do you want it like this?
Yeah.
But that's so annoying. That's not comfortable. I can't even eat my food properly because you're asking me a question every 2 seconds.
I'll ask this question to your mum then. Okay? Instead. If you could date one of the locked-in boys, who would it be?
No, that's weird.
I've just given her a break.
The security guard.
Really?
Jokes.
I can't even answer that.
No, you can't answer that. If you had to put Casey with one of the locked-in boys, who would it be?
Danny. He seemed very fun.
He seemed nice.
But can I just say, they're all in relationships.
Although if he did come round, I'd make sure I had no Satsumas in the house.
Yeah, because otherwise someone's getting
or eggs.
Eye. All the comments saying, what was Danny Aaron's like?
Very, very nice. He's just a very nice boy. Also funny, chaotic.
Did he get on anyone's nerves, like, where sometimes it's quiet?
No, he actually didn't. He obviously did on the first day. Like, I was actually thinking, oh my god, what am I going to do for 2 weeks?
We thought that too.
And then literally, like, by day 2, day 3, I was like... is this person? Like, I was like, this is not the same person. But I feel like you don't see it as much. Like, I think it was more in the evening when he'd like go and get you a blanket, or like he'd bring the bean bags over when we were sitting down, but like he'd give you his before, and then you'd go get another one kind of thing.
No, we didn't really see that side to him.
What is the one thing that gave you the motivation to keep going? Eat that. Then answer. We can answer this question because she's already told us. So the motivation, once she decided that she was going to give the prize money to her nan and granddad, then she really had like motivation to like, I want to win this.
Yeah, and she said that every night she went to bed after that, manifesting that she would win it to be able
No,
to
it's actually just because I was just getting paid anyways.
It's a ruin a nice moment. No, but the thing is, Casey, I know she did not go in there with a, I need to win, I want to win. She was just going in there for the experience, like, genuinely. So I think once she had that in her head, she's like, oh, actually, it makes sense. Like, if I can do that, then I have a reason to win.
Which did mean so much to them.
Yeah.
It did. They were so shell-shocked because they were not expecting that at all, were they? So
yeah,
it was like a little bit awkward, but in a nice way. I can't explain it. It didn't feel awkward like, oh, gotta cut this. It was more awkward like,
It's like scratching.
my mum, one, doesn't really let me on the camera. Two, she was like, that's too much money. My sister was sat next to her, she was going, no, Emma, that's too much money. Like, no.
And it's in front of a lot of people, all our friends and family here, so yeah. But
Then everyone went and looked.
Yeah.
It's so nice that you did that. Like, there's not a lot of people who would have. Let's address some of the kind of hate that I have seen on comments on like my TikTok and stuff like that. So one of the things was she should have split the money with Fu Izzy. She should like, and I'm like, I'd understand like maybe if she kept the money for herself. And yes, Fu Izzy is the reason you got through.
If I get the money myself, I 100% would have split with him. Like,
yeah,
without doubt.
But then I did see other people comment like, I'm pretty sure in life her nan and granddad have done more for her than Fu Izzy has, like supporting her from
That's
day
true.
one.
Yeah.
So I think it's lovely that you gave it to nan and granddad, and I think if you asked Fu, I think he would have loved that as well, rather than giving it to her.
But also, I also thought he did get paid to go on there as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, which would be enough money, but like nan and granddad don't get that sort of money every day kind of thing to go on a TV show. Do you
And
know
also,
what I mean?
like everyone who's been, or most people that have been on there, if not everyone, will have like work opportunities off the back of that. So like there are opportunities for them to make money other than just winning the show.
Oh my god, no wonder I've been struggling. My knife's been upside down.
How did she survive without adult supervision? Well, she did have adult supervision. She had like Fu Izzy and Ash looking after her.
God.
Did you guys do anything for Ten's birthday when it was in there?
Yeah, because obviously it was her birthday, but we weren't allowed to actually celebrate it. Like people weren't allowed to know because of how much of a delay there is. So first it was Fu's birthday, and then they put on the speakers like Stevie Wonder Happy Birthday, and then they brought in like a cake, and then everyone was like singing and dancing, whatever. And then we asked for one more song. They were like, yeah, walked out. Never heard that song again. I never heard any song we asked for. And then on Tennessee's birthday, we were at lunch and we kept singing the song Rich Baby Daddy by Drake. And then we were just sat at lunch, and then it came over on the speaker, and you should have seen everyone. It was like we actually had been deprived from music for about a year. Like everyone just starts going like actually crazy, and they bring in like, they brought her in a cake, and then they brought her in like loads of Reese's chocolates because it's like her favourite chocolates. But then also we literally couldn't show anything, like we couldn't eat the cake on camera, like.
Yeah, because they didn't want people to work out how many days in advance it was being aired to when it's being filmed. Because obviously that's a lot of production and editing that has to go into each episode, so they can't just air it that night if it happened that day.
Yeah, but also what wasn't known is on the last night that we had, they let us have like a little party. So they brought us in like drinks, but like it was quite limited, so we only got like 2 or 3 each. And then they had like music on for like a good 2 hours, and then everyone had a little party.
I think that's what I would struggle with the most. I don't think I would care about not knowing the time, but music. I literally wake up in the morning and I put music on, and it's on until I go to bed. Like, I think I would struggle with that.
It's little things that I wouldn't even think of.
You'd be surprised at the acapella you can do in there.
The other hate thing that I've seen comments from is basically just people commenting saying Danny Aaron's was robbed from winning it.
Which, you know what, I understand it. Because of he was so entertaining. Like, he's so entertaining to watch. Like, he's so funny. But at the end of the day, like, I didn't ask to win. Like, do you know what I mean? As in, it's not my fault. Like, it was down to the public votes, and then the public are annoyed. But like, if you're annoyed, then you should have voted. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not like
if some of these people put as much time and effort into voting for Danny as they have into saying he's been robbed, then he might have won. Because I feel like
I think he was really happy for Casey to win.
Yeah, he wasn't bothered.
Yeah,
he wasn't
was.
bothered about winning, and so many of these people who are commenting this probably didn't even download the app and vote. So it's like you just want to moan about it. And Casey did, if Danny Aaron's was robbed, he was robbed by his own fans for not voting.
Yeah, I voted for him. James.
No, but I think Casey and Danny both deserve to be in the final, and obviously with Casey being
I did think it was really tough when I obviously really wanted Casey to win, but I did think that was a really tough one. I did think it was.
Yeah, Danny Aaron's just a big character in the house, and he brought a lot of entertainment.
Yeah.
But I do think
for
as well,
us
like,
and the viewers.
So this says no hate, but why was Casey allowed to wear Daewoo in Locked In? Did you pay for Asylum to go on? Alright,
good question.
no, it's a good question. It's just funny, like the thought of like, we paid? No. So in the Locked In series, everything that everyone is wearing is stocked by Foot Asylum. Daewoo is being stocked by Foot Asylum. For us, seeing Casey in Locked In, but also seeing Daewoo in Locked In was a very proud moment for all of us. So yeah. Before Casey went into Locked In, we did put out on Instagram about we were going to do, because Casey hasn't had like the most successful love life.
Aww.
Rude, but yeah.
We were going to do almost like a speed dating or like a 20 versus 1 kind of video where we were going to try and find Casey a boyfriend and like go through all different rounds of like selecting it. So we didn't end up filming it, 1 because we didn't have a lot of time, 2 not that many people applied. Awkward.
Do you know what though? I think I actually don't want to do it anymore. But I think if we did do it, there'd be more applications because where Foot Asylum is a lot of boys. There's so many boys that have followed me that all my DMs are just, they're all boys. Like when I go on like recent requests or whatever, it's genuinely all boys where they've just like come from Foot Asylum's channel.
But
so
also,
if all the girls can come back in my DMs, please. Would love that.
But then we decided, actually, should we do it as like influencers and celebrities instead? And Angry Ginge was actually one of the people on our list. And I think, did we actually reach out to, did someone on the team reach out to him? Yeah. We actually invited Angry Ginge to come on that and he never replied to it, apparently.
You had your moment.
I don't know if it went in his junk folder or what, but anyway, how random is that?
Missed
well,
your
yeah, and he
chance,
would have won
babe.
because he was the only one that we had.
Did you guys know she had won before the episode had aired?
You and me did.
Me and Sarah knew, but not everyone here knew. And the people who 100% did not know was Nan and Grandad. Because they literally said, do not tell us, we want to watch it.
I know, because everyone that I rang, I literally like the first one says, oh my god, I've won. Because I didn't think that people would want it to be like kept a secret or whatever. So like obviously I rang you two and I rang Ava. And then
I told you.
And then my mum, you told me, don't tell Nan and Grandad, let them watch it. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. And then I rang my nan and she goes, do not tell me, like I don't want to know, like I want to watch it. So I was like, okay, sweet. Like, because if it was like me being like, no, I'm not going to tell you, it's harder. But the fact that they didn't want to know made it so much easier because I was like, and then we only saw them like once and I was like, thank God, because I would have like.
I nearly slipped up as well. I literally nearly gave it away in front of them.
Yeah, we were having dinner with them and Joel started talking like I had to kick him under the table, like, shut up.
And then I just quickly changed the subject. But also, I think people were confused because in the video that we did the reaction, we said at the beginning, like, we've not watched the episode, which is true. We hadn't watched the episode, but we did know the result. But the anticipation and excitement was all based around...
And we didn't know how it panned out.
Yeah,
like,
we didn't know anything
So
about
although we
it.
knew you won, I didn't know the order that everyone... So it was like it really happened. I hadn't seen it. And because everyone else in the room didn't know...
But also, the anticipation and excitement was about Nan and Grandad finding out. And also about Casey giving the money.
Which worked out well that we did know because then we had a little plan because basically what you'll see is that you cheer that she won and then she makes us quickly sit down. We had to pause
because
it.
I'm like,
because you straight away
pause it.
She said to me, pause it, because then otherwise we were all cheering and missing the bit.
You wouldn't have heard. So it was good that you.
Because I couldn't remember if I'd said it first or if I'd given the speech first. I couldn't remember what.
But also, our reaction here was as if it felt like we didn't know, even though we knew.
Yeah.
Like the reaction that when they announced she won, I can't even explain it. I still cheered as if I didn't know because I was like.
But also, I literally said
good.
I sat there with more anxiety watching it, as if I didn't know I'd won than I was when I was.
Didn't
in
it
that
feel
moment.
like that in the room?
Yeah,
There was this
it was
like.
so
so
intense.
many people.
And because I kept seeing Grandad just go like this, like, oh no, like this, and I'm like, oh my god.
And
you
I was
let
just
me know.
like, oh.
And he kept looking at me to see my reaction, so I'm like, watching it, like, straight face.
Grandad gave the best reaction.
He did.
He
So
did.
sweet. He was going through it. He was stressing. He was like this before. Oh no! Like, don't name any names. But did people vape in the house, and how did they do it off the camera?
Yeah, literally chain smoked. Jokes. Yeah, so people vaped in the house, but you just had to go just like one of you had to go to the end of the garden. And they said as well that we were the first year that you were allowed to like just keep it on you. But also the last year, because like you were only allowed to go like, at first it was like 2 people could go, then it was down to 1 person because it was like, then you would speak about things they might want to like film. But then people
They didn't
kept
want you
breaking that
talking
rule.
about stuff like having
And they would,
gossips
like, yeah, like
that wasn't
content.
been filmed.
Because people would obviously, because it's like a safety blanket. If you're vaping, you know they can't put it on camera. You can talk about what you want, kind of thing.
So people just like
but it was
taking
just
up
behind the
vaping
camera.
just to have a gossip.
They kept changing the rules, so it was actually quite difficult. Like, they should have just stuck with one list because they kept changing it every single day. But then they did it that in the evenings. People that vaped, they were all allowed to vape together. But it was just smart because everyone would sit together anyways, because you can just talk about whatever you want. Because as long as you know that Susan over there has a vape in her hand, whatever you say ain't getting put in.
Alright, so this comment is actually about a moment in the house that happened, which I found the most difficult thing to watch, which was when Fu Izzy got out of the last to leave box for the money, and then there was no money in there, and then people started getting messages from home to leave, and he had left with no money, and he could have left with like a video message from his family,
bless him.
and he was then crying in the storeroom.
so
That
tough to
was
watch.
really difficult to watch. I felt
Because,
so bad.
no,
for
but
him.
we were all so shocked, yeah, because the money thing, obviously, Ginge came in first with like, it was like £500. Then I think he came back and he said £1,000. And then Joyce said, if you come back with £2,000, then I'll get out. So then he obviously went away, pretended to like talk whatever, came back in, then went out, got the box and was like, okay, she said £2,000. So it was for Joyce to get out. So we all thought Joyce was going to get out because she's the one that said, if it's £2,000, whatever, I'll get out. And then all of a sudden, like, Fu stepped out and we were like, because like, then the boys started arguing, we're like, yeah, if it's £2,000, I'm stepping out. And Joyce was like, well, I'm the one that said the bribe. Like, I'm the one that got it there, so I'm stepping out. And they're like, yeah, if you step out first, but we're going to beat you there, kind of thing. So there was like a little bit of back and forth, like banter of who's going to get out first the money. And I thought he genuinely had got the money. Like, I didn't think that it was fake. Like, obviously I had your dad's because it was like Sugar Lips can't confirm or deny, which is weird. And then when it was the envelope, we were like, oh, okay, so it's a check. And then he opened it and we were like, oh, damn it, like, bless him.
Oh.
And obviously we didn't know he was crying until we like did the nominees thing.
What actually happened in Madam Joyce and Angry Ginger's fight?
So basically it got cut out, but he threw a crumpet at her, yeah? But like,
The way you went, as if it was like...
their argument was like, it was actually so intense that it was so awkward to like stand there, because it was like, you wanted to like laugh, but it was also like, it was actually getting awkward, and it went on for like literally like, I think it was like 10 minutes. Like, but like,
And we only saw like a little
but
snippet
obviously
of
you see like 1 minute of it, so like when you think, although 10 minutes doesn't sound like a long time, 10 minutes just back and forth,
Yeah.
and everyone's in silence, it felt ages.
Yeah, so
Why
she
is
put on
it-
her story, oh, the stuff you don't know about it, and the editors edited it out
They're like,
to save you, not to save
She
me.
was like, I wonder why there's this crumpet on the floor, maybe because a certain ginger threw it at me. Then it was like, and then she zoomed in and it was like, the editors were saving you, not me.
And then she
And
basically
then-
said it was assault, and then she put up the definition of assault. Then he went on his Instagram story, put up the definition of begging it.
And then he put up this meme and
And-
it was like, it was like a meme. She was like, you just assaulted my daughter, and he's like,
Yeah.
Do you mean it's serious?
In the
though?
morning,
Or it's
he
like-
was-
no, like it's
It's
actually,
serious, yeah.
it's not like they're just faking it for social media, like it's actually beef.
Tell us about when Fu Izzy was trying to save you from being evicted, and he had to eat all that gross food and was
Oh my
literally
God.
throwing up. Like, how was that for you? Did you think, this is it, I'm going home, I'm literally, there's no way he's going to do
I was
that?
having flashbacks to that musical chairs thinking, should have sat down on that chair.
Yes.
But then I was also, if I sat down on that chair, that would be me as well. So, but I was actually thinking.
Oh yeah,
like,
you would have had to say eat it.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, like, all I was thinking was, I'm going home. Like, when I first got food, I was like, yes, like, you know, food. He's like, you just think when he's the oldest in there, like, you know, he's gonna eat the foods. He's more like, I don't know, he'd be okay with it. And he does videos like this all the time. And then he's like, yeah, I got you whatever. So I'm like, sweet. And then no food comes out, like literally nothing's been shown. He's read the challenge and he's gagging.
Oh.
And I'm like, there's literally no food. Like, there's not even a smell of food, nothing. He's just gagging over the thought of it. And I'm like, well, it's been fun, guys. Honestly, it was like, he would look at you and just gag and you'd think, oh my God, you're just gonna everywhere. And like, it was like the raw onion. He was already like gagging. And I was like, oh my, honestly,
raw onion.
I was literally like, I was so scared. But I felt like I felt bad because it's like, you want to tell them, keep going and staying for me, but it's also like you feel bad because they're going through hell.
Do you think if it's the other way around, you could have?
I think I could have done it.
Yeah.
I don't think the stuff was that bad. My thing is, no.
If they brought out cheese.
No, this is what I'm about to say. This is my thing. I would have been able to eat any of them, but if they brought out a block of blue cheese or like a slice of blue cheese, I wouldn't be able to do it. That's it.
That would be it.
That would be it.
Cow's tongue. Yes.
But like, I think it's like the texture and the smell of cheese. But like
cheese,
the cow's tongue, yeah. George did say the middle bit did taste like beef. I feel like I could just. But then there was like blended brain juice.
No.
And do you know what's the worst part? We didn't know what brain it was at the time. Obviously on the screen they put sheep's brain, but at the time we had no idea what brain it was.
Guys, don't forget, Air Up is having a Black Friday sale. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, comment, turn the notification on, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.